Upwork versus goLance. Which one is actually better? I've spent over $1 million hiring over 100 freelancers on Upwork and on goLance. I've also been on the freelancer side and earned over $3 million freelancing. So I know the buyers, I know the sellers, I know the clients, and I know what freelancers think as well. I've seen this kind of from like a 360 view. And so today we are going to explore which one is going to win. We're going to explore the same criteria for both businesses. Wherever I can show you a specific screenshot of what makes me choose one platform over the other, I will. And at the end, we're going to tally them all up and show you which one actually wins. We're going to be judging on the basis of 8 different categories with one winner that we're going to choose at the end, including talent matching and quality, the talent pool, pricing and fees, paying and getting money out, scalability, AI tools, and getting what you paid for, and user experience. You do need to know that goLance sponsors this channel, but they are not paying me to say any of this. These are my own opinions based on my own experience and what I think. So for talent matching and quality, the first thing that I always look at is how good is that freelancer going to be as far as a fit is concerned for my particular company. Now, Upwork used to have skills tests, but they are now finished entirely. And in certain instances, I have had to hire multiple people in order to just even figure out, are they going to be a good fit? Can they actually do this job? So Upwork, kind of a challenge there. goLance, however, does employ a skill and cultural fit test so that you have a better idea that that freelancer is going to be a better fit for your company for the long term, and especially for that particular role where you want someone with a very specific set of skills and that you know that they are going to be a cultural fit for your company. You can have a lot more confidence on goLance's side. For this category, it's goLance because of the cultural fit matching. I like it where I can just hire somebody and have them work forever. Now let's talk about the talent pool size. How many freelancers are there to choose from that could be a good fit for my business and what I need to hire for? Upwork has over 25 years of history because if you remember, Upwork was formed as a merger of Elance and Odesk from many years ago. And from the last numbers that we know of, Upwork has maybe about 18 million freelancers. Could be more, could be less, somewhere around there though. goLance is not even going to compare. They've only been around since 2015, much smaller. They're growing, but they just don't have the depth of bench that Upwork does. In this category, it's a clear win on Upwork's side. For pricing and fees, 2 totally different scenarios. Upwork freelancers pay between 10 and 15% of their earnings on any given contract. Clients pay between 3 and 5%, and freelancers also have to pay in the form of Connects, the Upwork digital currency, in order to just submit their bid to try and get the job in the first instance. Conversely, on goLance's side, there is no pay-to-play fee for freelancers to apply to a given job. That is totally free. And in total, there is a 7.9% total fee that is split between the freelancer and the client. And you can dial it in of who pays what. You can either split it right down the middle. You can have the client take all of the fees or the freelancer take all of the fees. Either way, no matter how you look at it, that fee is going to be significantly less than Upwork. I also like the fact that you can take the fees on your own back as a client and just give the freelancer a net 0 fee. I think that that's wonderful. In this category, goLance, clear winner. For paying and getting your money out, our deciding factor is how easy is it to pull out money from that platform? Between goLance and Upwork, they're essentially the same number of settlement days. For example, goLance does charge a $2 withdrawal fee. Upwork takes a little bit more time in order to withdraw your payments, depending on where you are in the world. But I would say that those two things kind of balance out. It's a tie for this category. When we're talking about scalability and being able to actually work with a massive team, the dynamics of work have changed. And especially with the advent of AI, you have fewer people acting as management with much larger teams that they're managing at any given point in time. So you have to have that scalability and ability to manage at least 10 to 15 freelancers very, very easily and in a distributed fashion that is not pulling you away as a founder from your core business. This exact category has cost my business personally over $20,000 on Upwork. if I only had the tools that are available on goLance to be able to manage your team and monitor them and just check on who is doing what and are there any problems. If I had those tools, I wouldn't have lost all of that money. If you don't have the right infrastructure in place to be able to manage your team, your business just cannot grow. In my opinion, Upwork has always kept its freelancers and clients in that walled garden. So it has really stifled your ability to grow your business. It's a huge problem, and this category by far goes to goLance because of the built-in tools that it has that allow you to run a lot of freelancers all at once. AI tools, AI is everything these days, and both of these companies have their own views and visions as it relates to AI. Upwork has had its Uma AI incorporated as a part of its product for over a year now. It's essentially an unconfigurable ChatGPT wrapper that has access to your data, your profile, but you have to only use it on Upwork. The most useful way that I've used Uma is as a freelancer using auto proposals, wherein Uma will pull in all of your past projects and create a proposal for that client specific to that individual job. But the problem is, as a client, then you are receiving over 100 different proposals for a popular job that you then have to sift through manually. Uma doesn't work on your side as a client. So it ends up creating a lot of AI slop, which not super great. goLance is a little bit later to the game with its Mango AI product, which is much more client-centric. My favorite way to use Mango is in vibe checking the team, checking that everyone is on task, that we're not having people that are logging crazy numbers of hours, and that everything is working as it should. Mango is in its early days, but the amount of time that it saves me in managing my team, it is absolutely what it needs to be. For AI, goLance wins, but there's an asterisk here. So I'm a little bit of a freak who actually reads the terms of service. And when I was doing research for this video, I came across something on Upwork's legal section in their terms of service. Upwork is actually launching an MCP. It is in beta right now. We'll see where it goes. I don't have great expectations of this. Don't know how much utility an MCP will actually give us. We'll see. TBD. I lovingly refer to this category as when it hits the fan, what if? The deciding factor here is what happens when everything goes wrong. As a client and a freelancer, I have been in multiple Upwork disputes. I have had a problem with it every single time. The process requires you to first go through mediation before you can then go to arbitration, which you do have to put up $297 for every party of the arbitration. It costs money, it costs time, it is tedious, and a win is not guaranteed. But before getting to arbitration, I have found that the mediation process is just about entirely useless on Upwork. On goLance, if there is a dispute, the company gets directly involved and is not trying to distance themselves and be a neutral third party because they are actually part of this equation and they do have a stake in everyone working together and coming to a good solution. I really appreciate that approach, and it is something that is a breath of fresh air for me personally. So, user experience. I have so many gripes about Upwork's product. For example, try scheduling a meeting from your mobile app. Best of luck. I would love to be able to show Upwork's current user interface, but that is not allowed according to the terms of service. The reskin, in my opinion, looks just okay, but it is probably still about 2 years behind. The mobile app just does not do what it's supposed to do. I constantly run into a white screen where I have to restart the app, or if I want to send a proposal, then I end up having to press back 15 times. Yikes. If you use a plugin on Upwork's website, be prepared to get banned immediately. goLance's interface is pretty good. It does the job. It is very straightforward. I haven't had really any major issues of navigation, getting around, trying to find what it is that I need to find. But yes, some improvements can be made. For example, to little tooltips here and there. They're improving it, but at least it's going in the right direction versus there are some bugs on Upwork's website that have been around for years. For example, they are the only tech company that I know that does not have a report a bug function. Unbelievable. Very easy answer. goLance wins on this. So overall, the score ends up at 6 for goLance, 1 for Upwork, and 1 being a tie. If you're looking for an extremely deep pool of applicants and you want between 50 and 100 applicants for a given role, then yes, probably hire on Upwork. But if you're looking for that long-term fit, ability to actually scale your team together with those lower fees and a product that is really improving in a major way and using AI to get there, then probably switch to goLance. Here's a link to do it. You can either scan the QR code on the screen or links also in the description. Anytime you sign up, it helps out the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out this video right here.